Scottie Scheffler takes lead at the Open as Fitzpatrick drives British hopes. Scottie Scheffler is dominating the 153rd Open Championship, posting a remarkable 64, the lowest round of the tournament so far, and holding a commanding lead. His consistent performance has left other contenders like Matt Fitzpatrick playing catch-up. Fitzpatrick, despite a strong 66, acknowledges Scheffler's overwhelming dominance, comparing it to the peak of Tiger Woods' career, and focuses on minimizing pressure, hoping for home crowd support. While Scheffler's victory seems almost inevitable, other players are still in contention. Brian Harman and Lee Haotong are tied for second but significantly behind Scheffler's score. Rory McIlroy, though further back, remains optimistic, buoyed by the enthusiastic support of the home crowd and his improved play. Other notable players like Keegan Bradley and Chris Gotterup are also within striking distance, making the tournament unpredictable despite Scheffler's lead. The second round saw a congested leaderboard, reflecting the competitiveness of the tournament. Several high-profile players missed the cut, including Cameron Smith, Adam Scott, and Colin Morikawa, highlighting the challenge of this year's Open. The pace of play also became a topic of discussion, with players like Fitzpatrick voicing concerns about the extended round times. The final two rounds promise excitement, with a battle for second place underway and the possibility, however slim, of Scheffler faltering. The packed leaderboard ensures that several players have a shot at the title, creating a thrilling finish to the Open Championship.
In our next story, Writers' Union urges investigation into Paramount move to cancel Colbert show. The Writers Guild of America, WGA, is demanding a New York State investigation into Paramount Global, following the abrupt cancellation of Stephen Colbert's late-night show. The WGA alleges that the cancellation is retaliation for Colbert's outspoken criticism of Paramount's $16 million settlement with Donald Trump, a deal the WGA and Colbert himself called a bribe. They cite this settlement, and Paramount's subsequent cancellation of the show, as evidence of a potential attempt to appease the Trump administration. The unions point to a parallel California State Senate inquiry into the Trump settlement as justification for their call for investigation. They argue that Paramount's actions represent a dangerous precedent, sacrificing free speech under perceived political pressure. The WGA contends that while show cancellations are common, this one appears to be a case of bad faith, driven by political considerations rather than legitimate business reasons. Several prominent politicians, including Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, have publicly echoed concerns about the timing and circumstances of the cancellation, voicing skepticism of Paramount's claim that the decision was purely financial. They highlight the close proximity between Colbert's criticism of the Trump settlement and the subsequent cancellation of his show. Paramount maintains that the cancellation was solely a financial decision, unrelated to the show's content or performance. However, the WGA's call for an investigation, along with the public statements from numerous lawmakers, casts significant doubt on this explanation and raises serious concerns about potential censorship and political influence within the media industry.
In our next story, Trump sues Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch over Epstein report. Former President Donald Trump is suing Rupert Murdoch, the Wall Street Journal, and two of its reporters for libel and slander. The lawsuit stems from a Wall Street Journal article alleging Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein a sexually suggestive birthday greeting in 2003, including a lewd drawing. Trump vehemently denies the report, calling it false and malicious. The lawsuit marks the first time Trump has sued a media outlet while in office, though he has a history of legal battles against news organizations. This action comes amidst a backdrop of intense public scrutiny surrounding Trump's relationship with Epstein and accusations of a government cover-up regarding Epstein's activities. Vice President J.D. Vance publicly criticized the Wall Street Journal article, questioning its validity. The lawsuit also highlights the complex relationship between Trump and Murdoch, despite their apparent recent reconciliation. The timing of the lawsuit is significant, occurring during a period of intense public interest in Epstein's case and considerable speculation about a potential list of his clients. Trump's administration has taken steps to address public concerns about a possible government cover-up, including a request to unseal grand jury testimony. This legal action adds another layer to the ongoing controversy surrounding Epstein and the accusations against Trump. The outcome of the lawsuit remains to be seen, but it is certain to further fuel the already heated political climate.
In our next story, WNBA players standing firm after wasted CBA talks with league. WNBA players,
following a meeting with the league commissioner and owners, described the session as a missed opportunity to advance collective bargaining agreement (CBA) negotiations. While some common ground was found on family planning and retirement benefits, significant disagreements remain on revenue sharing, salary structure, and player prioritization. The players emphasized the need for a new CBA before October to accommodate the league's expansion plans. A key sticking point is the players' ability to play in other leagues during the WNBA offseason. The league appears to desire year-round commitment, but players argue that current salaries don't justify such exclusivity. They are seeking a fairer share of the league's growing revenue, citing the recent expansion and improved television deal. The players expressed frustration with the league's slow response to their initial proposals, highlighting the urgency of the situation. Although acknowledging the league's desire for success, players are firm in their stance, emphasizing they are prepared to fight for fair compensation reflecting their value and contribution to the league's growth. Despite the setbacks, the players remain hopeful for future negotiations, leveraging their collective strength and the experience of their union leadership to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. The players' strong showing at the meeting signifies their determination to achieve a favorable outcome.
In our next story, verdict in Minnesota Senator burglary trial. A Minnesota jury has found State Senator Nicole Mitchell guilty on all charges related to a break-in at her stepmother's home last April. The senator, who represented Woodbury, was charged with burglary and possession of burglary tools. Mitchell claimed she went to the house in the middle of the night to check on her stepmother, who has Alzheimer's disease, but prosecutors argued the evidence pointed to theft. Mitchell testified in her own defense, stating her intention was not to steal anything. However, body camera footage from the night of her arrest appears to have played a significant role in the jury's decision. In those initial statements to police, Mitchell claimed she was there to retrieve items of sentimental value, including her late father's ashes. The prosecution successfully countered Mitchell's explanation, convincing the jury that her actions constituted burglary. While her attorney expressed pride in the defense presented, he acknowledged the impact of the initial statements given to police on the outcome. The guilty verdict brings an end to a trial that faced several delays before finally reaching this conclusion. The specific details of the sentencing are